Hello, welcome back. This could be a big one. There were two battles that are very important this turn. We broke siege in Bog of Beasts and Fort Celeria, and we also saw Ulm storming Mictlan's big army fort, Corbion as well. So I'll cover the small things first, just to get those out of the way. Vengeful Water was dispelled, probably by Celeria, if I had to guess. And we cloud-trapped Langsel in the Dirt into Villia. He killed 80 skeletons, and then some more skeletons moved in and he killed those too. And he also got in the Hall of Fame with extraordinary agility, which is pretty sick. So congrats to him. Moved on to Shinu, and died to a shocking amount of PD. Too many crossbows, unfortunately. So it's a bit of a shame. And Mari also split up his knights into 3 little squads to take some random provinces near Shiniyama. So we'll have to deal with those. We also saw Ulm taking some random provinces with some Iron Angels. And that's more or less it for the random little stuff. So that just leaves the big battles. Bog of Beasts first. So, we broke siege into Celeria. Big purple army. Here's his god right in the front. Currently on 25 hit points, but has max hit points of 101. And is regenerating, so... also weak and limping and lost an eye. Besides that, got lots of blocks of Ether Warriors. You have lots of mages in the middle, including a Windmaster, who I'm annoyed with. Tons of skeletons. Some Lictors at the top as well. And over here we have mostly cows. Some corpse constructs. Lots of D1 mages in the front. We have Bespoke Tripod. We got Brian. We got some melee She-Lords up here. Rest of our mages are down in this block somewhere, surrounded by a few patches of Dinyashi. And those are the armies. Let's see what happens. First up, lots of people casting Communion stuff, and Bespoke Tripod throwing a lightning bolt. There's the Communions. Celeria also puts up some like magic resistance type buffs and things. We start putting up our first buffs now. We've got Storm, we've got Wooden Warriors. We also put up Earth Shield on everyone because we had 2 people casting Storm and yeah, one of them couldn't. Also do Fog Warriors as well. I think Celeria puts up a bunch of buffs as well, but just not this turn. And you can hear a few guys getting popped by Dust to Dust already. We've also got up Relief and Howl now. So most of our big buffs are down. Just need Army of Lead next. And there goes Solar Brilliance too. So that's going to start vaporizing some skeletons as well. You can hear the satisfying pop of 20 Dust to Dust casters. Celeria puts up a bunch more buffs then. He's got Mass Flight, which can't work now because the storm's up. And also Aerofend. And then he puts up Rigor Mortis too. And then there go down our Thunder Strikes. Ah, that's beautiful. I believe at this point... oh, not quite. Almost. Maybe that was it? Nope, not quite. But around this time we finally cast Army of Lead. There we go. So here's an Air Elemental with 20 protection, which is quite nice. So our army now has Army of Lead. That's a lot of Thunder Strikes. And a lot of Air Elementals as well. Still getting off some Thunder Strikes. And lots of Wither Bones. And lots of Air Elementals. I think we just gave ourselves the shock res, yeah. We've cancelled out the negative from Army of Lead too. I think at some point Sleria also puts up Army of Gold or Army of Lead. Or maybe he just had the smaller group buff version of it. Yeah, I guess maybe it was just the small one, like Iron Warriors type stuff. I think most of our mages who are throwing out the Thunder Strikes at this point are, yeah, they're around 100 fatigue. So, you know, Rigor Mortis is getting to them a bit, but we've got relief up, so it's not super bad. And the Aerialies don't mind Rigor Mortis, of course, since they're constructs. We've got our melee She-Lords in the front now as well, who are also doing some damage. An awful lot of the skeletons have just been vaporized by Solar Brilliance at this point. So the battlefield is, you know, nice and clean. We're just walking towards the Ether Warriors. And gradually approaching the Communion at the back. Looks like our mages woke up enough to do one more Thunder Strike. With a cast of Living Clouds. There's people routing. Probably should have taken the retreat with a couple of Cloud Trappers, but it is what it is. So, you know, all in all, seems like we've got a pretty good result here. Put it on fast forward. All these Ether Warriors just get gradually cleaned up. You may notice this Ether Lord here has been turned green. We've managed to charm one, so that's quite cool. Walking around with his Soul Vortex up. And just his God to go, who's currently in his undying hit points. So there we go. That was the battle in Bog of Beasts. We lost 2 Crystal Sorceresses, I think to Communion Fatigue, who turned into soulless Crystal Sorceresses, so not super bad. And we lost 1 Corpse Construct, 6 Highland Cows, a Long Dead, and a Charmed Mound King unit version. Versus this. So, you know, Sleria lost 18 Thaumaturgs, 2 Shaman, 5 Cultists, 2 Mound Kings, 2 Grand Thaumaturgs, 2 Ether Lords, his God, and a White Mage, in addition to quite a lot of skeletons. So, you know, all in all, not too bad. I'm pretty glad that we took care of the Ether Lords, and we also charmed one of them as well, which is quite nice. Killed almost all of the Ether Warriors too, which is cool. You can see the breakdown of kills is pretty fun. 249 kills for the She-Lords. Although there's 27 of them, so they're barely getting 10 kills each. 2 is even worse. You know, Boreal Priests, I mean, they're getting about 5 kills each. The real big number, of course, is the Adept of the Silver Order, who put up Solar Brilliance, getting 471 kills to himself. Respect to that guy. Another kind of annoying thing is that Brian found a Lycanthrope amulet, so our Sea Troll Sage now has a cursed item that makes him berserk in combat, which is, you know, really great. I love how the AI just absolutely can't help themselves when it comes to picking up cursed items. Great stuff as always. Not much else to say. Good battle. Let's see Corbion next. So here we have Big Ulm. This is a lot of Iron Angels who are all geared out pretty much the same. They've got Iron Faces that give them Iron Skin, and then Storm Spools to give them the Shock Res. More Lycanthrope Amulets. They all have Bone Armors that gives them Soul Vortex, with Firebrand and Charcoal Shield. So they're all pretty geared out. I think they're all identical, more or less. There's a little bit of variation. Some of them have Girdle of Might instead of Lycanthrope Amulet. Also got some Golems, very similar looking. More guys back here. We've got a bunch of Mound Fiends. We've got an Earth King and a Fire King. Very nice. into Miklan's gigantic stack of Eagle Warriors. This guy has Gift of Health, remember, so a lot of these guys have quite chunky hit points. Especially the Vine Ogres, who are, you know, 104 hit points. Pretty nice. Toad in the front with 108 hit points. 34 hit points Mantises. Good stuff. Let's see how this one goes down. As always, we've got a bit of a communion. The Iron Angels are going to fly in immediately, since they don't believe in magic. Might be worth just putting this one on normal speed. So the King of Fire puts up Firestorm for Ulm. And someone puts up Howl for Miklan. And at the moment, lots of Iron Angels just punching Eagle Warriors. The Eagles all then fly in, leaving the Iron Angels free to hit the backline. Ulm has put up Army of Gold, so these are very well protected skeletons. And everything else. Rocking huge protection. Miklan does have mass regen though. And with the Gift of Health hit points, that's pretty nice actually. All those Eagle Warriors are regenerating 3 hit points per turn. And they have their work cut out for them though, trying to chew through these skeletons. They'll have about like 25 protection. So a lot of them have armor. Miklan does have solar weapons on his blast, which might help a bit. But I guess not, because this is like 24 prot and fire res, and I think solar weapons is fire damage, right? Yeah. Might not be terribly useful. Does that get multiplied 3 times? Because it's... all enemies hit will suffer extra fire damage. Oh, I thought this was like... I thought this was multiplied 3 times when it hits undead or demons. Am I thinking of the wrong thing? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing. But yeah, the big spells are the Firestorm and the Armory of Gold. And besides that, it's just Iron Angels and Golems punching people. And for Miklan, the big spells are Mass Regen and Howl. And besides that, it's just Eagle Warriors punching people. So the question is, which is better? That question will be answered. It looks like an Iron Angel has been charmed by Miklan, which is quite good. In fact, that looks like 2 of them has been charmed by Miklan. Which is very good. I'm impressed. 2 of them back here are still getting punched. Very difficult to hurt them, but they do gradually get hurt by the Eagle Warriors. How's this one doing? 24 hit points? Could go down. Miklan is rapidly running out of Eagle Warriors over here though, which is not great. This one's surviving, 23 hit points. Five hit points. I think it's going to go down. Yeah, there we go. Miklan does have these 3 Iron Angels now, though, which is quite funny. What's your magic resistance? 20? Pretty cool. So all the Eagle Warriors are now dead. We have a bunch of Sun Warriors. And some Iron Angels. So they are going down though. Surprising. How's your fatigue? 34? Wondering how they're getting beaten up so badly by skeletons. Oh, I guess maybe they're getting stunned as well from stuff. 0 defense, 25 prop, bit of regen. I guess the Soul Vortex isn't exactly doing anything now. I guess the Fire Shield also does nothing with Army of Gold up. Almish army now being distracted by Howl Wolves. Got a golem in the back. Not many Mid-clan leaders left. I guess one of these must be a mage. Oh yeah, this guy's a mage. It's a very fancy magic resistance item though. Speed this up a bit. Golem now getting punched. Looks like the golem's faring much better. Mid-clan's mages are kind of getting cleaned out. Looks like the Vine Ogre is retreating now. Maybe everything is retreating now. Yeah. Looks like Mid-clan has lost in the end. It's an interesting fight. Managing to charm all of the Iron Angels is pretty funny. I think that's everything though. Just a few more Sacreds getting chased down. Oh well. Good try. I guess that throne goes to Ulm then. So that was Corbion. So yeah, almost all of his Iron Angels and 2 Mound Fiends. Besides that, he just paid a couple of skeletons. Much worse result for Mid-clan overall. Losing 419 Eagle Warriors. Yikes. Not to mention all the mages and stuff. 76 Sun Warriors too. And 24 Moon Warriors. Yeah. Sad result for Mid-clan. And that's it for battles, I think. Events then. We lost some income and resources, gained 300 gold and a halberd of might, and 8 earth gems in Farseer Mountains. Saw some indies bouncing off Ulm. 2 afflictions were cured. Lost some people to disease, and yeah, lying still in the dirt, got extraordinary agility, which is nice. That's attack and defense, I believe. Yeah. Pretty cool one. That's it for messages. So, here's the map now. Corbion now belongs to Ulm. That's the Iron Throne. Hitting 1 for Ulm. And we have liberated Bog of Beasts, which is fantastic. Oh, looks like I forgot to put PD in this province. That's that's a shame. This has been submitted now already. But oh well. Okay, so I'll start over here. First up, Mid-clan moved into these 3 provinces with his little stacks of Knights and Paladins. Looks like he's sending out wounded stuff to do this. This commander is significant because it is his prophet, which means it has 3 hit points in my dominion. So a Seeking Arrow is on the way to take out this guy. Over here in Plane of Memories, we have a guy who's pretty diseased. So he's down to 11 hit points. So 2 Seeking Arrows are on the way to hit this guy. And in Barnkeesh, there's a paladin with 4 hit points, so this is getting 3 Seeking Arrows. So I'm spending 6 Seeking Arrows this turn, trying to kill this guy with 1, this guy with 2, and this guy with 3. And then I'm just sending out geared She-Lords to take these 3 provinces. I'm hoping I can take these and then put Shinu under siege, because it's kind of annoying that we lost this. If I just watch it quickly, if I turbo through it. If we'd put up... I don't know, if we had regen maybe, or... Actually, did we cast regen in this one? Oh, we cast regen. I think if we had up Arrow Fend, or Air Shield, might have been fine. Let's take a lot of crossbow fire while we're dealing with the melee troops. I think Air Shield would have been fine. Because we would have been able to tank that for a lot longer. So I figure if we take these 3 provinces with geared She-Lords, who have like much better gear. So, his grandma's tasteful photographs. It's got regen, horror helmet, 22 prop. They're all kind of geared out like that. Here's a guy with Hydra skin, horned helmet. If we take these 3 and then put Shinu under with those 3 guys, that probably works a bit better. We'll see. It looks like reinforcements are on the way. I just really want the whole stack to move somewhere out of the fort so that Skahak can hit it, but Maybe that's not going to happen, I don't know. But that's the plan over here. I'm just kind of walking around, just trying to pull this stack out of the fort for a bit. So we'll see how that goes. Villiers is where we killed 2 lots of undead, which is good. So we killed 160 skeletons with this guy. I'm going to try and take Dover next. There are some, like, this is a Mound Fiend. Oh no, a White Mage, rather, with a bunch of dudes. And this is a bunch of Ether Warriors led by an Ether Lord. So there's some slightly more powerful stuff around here. I'm going to start raiding, but it's interesting to wonder what he's going to do now that I've just wiped out his stack and his god. But I'm going to try and take Dover with this guy. And I'm going to try and take the Underwater Province with this guy, who's like mega geared out. He's got Hydroskin and he's got the Wraith Crown, which gives him a long dead retinue and ethereality. So I'm hoping we take that and take that. And I'm going to try and recruit at least 1 She-Lord every turn and forge them a set of gear. And we're going to just Cloud Trap a She-Lord every turn onto whichever stack I can see. And gradually we'll just build up more and more geared She-Lords in this area that can push back all this territory. And that'll be the plan there. And while that's happening, I'm going to march towards this throne in Tyridia. So some of our stuff is going into Ligria this turn. A couple of basic She-Lords with Bespoke Tripod. They're just going to head here. Try and take some of this territory. And the bulk of our forces are going to Comsath. So similar script as the one we just saw. We'll put this under siege. Should crack open instantly. Got 100 wall, and we have, well, a lot more siege strength than that. And hopefully I can just storm this with a couple of She-Lords. I don't know, there is a White Mage here, but shouldn't be too bad. And we'll just march up and march towards Tyridia. I think if we can get up Solar Brilliance and do a bunch of Thunderstrikes, a couple of She-Lords in the front chopping, we should be fine. He won't have his god now. And he lost a bunch of Thaumaturgs and an Ether Lord and stuff, so yeah. I'm going to try and get this throne, and maybe this one as well, but we're a bit pressed for time now. 8 months till Cataclysm. We'll see. Vengeful Water was dispelled, but I don't think it matters too much at the moment. I'm going to wait a few turns to save up the water gems, and then, yeah, we'll try and recast that before Cataclysm hits if we can. Would be nice. But we're hitting lots of provinces this turn. I'm going to try and take back most of my territory while walking towards these thrones now. We'll see how it goes. I am still forging Moonblades every month, so we'll stick some geared She-Lords on our thrones, defending them with Moonblades. And in theory, I'm still trying to get Tartarians castable. Still saving up Death Gems to empower Scat and then forge a Skullface. Is that going to happen before Cataclysm actually hits? I don't know, probably not. But I'm not sure how else to do it. So I'll try. Probably have to be a bit nervous about Ulm. They did just take this with a Golem. We'll see what happens though. I think that's it for movements. So pretty basic. I'll show off what I'm forging though. Getting Firebrand, Vine Shield, Girdle of Might, Firebrand. And that might be it, actually. Moonblades, yeah. Doing Corpseman construction and summoning allies in this fort, because it's going to be pretty empty now once everything moves out. Although some of our key mages, like Baron, who does Army of Lead, and Vinian, who does Solar Brilliance, they're staying behind for now. Not going to move them out just yet. No point making them vulnerable until we actually need to hit this. So that'll be fine. And for now, that's the turn. So, pretty simple. We had a nice result against Slaria, though. And, you know, Ulm had a very nice result here, which is, I don't know, maybe bad for us. We are right next to Ulm, and he has a ton of force right here. And, you know, Ossuary is not exactly impregnable. Especially with Shinu cockblocking me constantly. But, you know, we'll deal with this if we have to. Yeah, not much else to say. Alright, well, that was turn 69, so thanks for watching. See you next time.